my name is Claire Murphy. I originally come from Ireland. I have worked in childcare for over 30 years now. I held a number of different positions in Ireland, working from after-school teacher up to senior manager of a kindergarten, Montessori and creche. I then decided to move to Germany. I worked there for a couple who had children with special needs for 5 years, and then, yes, my ideal job came, which is this job, and I absolutely love it.
My name is Valerie Schubert, used to be Valerie Murphy. I'm from Ireland. I moved to Austria in 1979. I was more or less born into taking care of children, being the eldest of 9, and having spent 22 years at home taking care of my own children. And this job came up, and that was just perfect for me. The other perfect thing was I never had to get up early in the morning. Which I hate. I don't do mornings. Doing everything a mother would do. Helping them with their homework, helping them with their little problems. And I always thought about, these kids are so far away from home, and I tried very hard to give them that little bit of extra love, care and attention to make them feel at home here.
Watching when they don't even realize that you are watching, because I mean, you are substituting for a parent role, so you're going to watch things all the time. You're going to watch things like, are the children eating properly? And sometimes they need a hug. Sometimes they need a shoulder to cry on. For example, you would have young children come in, they're very nervous, maybe their English language skills aren't very high. They need an awful lot. This is the first time that they're away from home, and it all comes as a very big shock to be in a boarding school. So I think that it's extremely important for a dorm parent to do what a parent would do to make them feel at ease, to make them understand when they don't understand, say everything very simply so that they can get the gist of what is expected from them, what their curriculum is going to be, what their schedule is like. And when they have that, just one step at a time, I do make it a point for every new student that comes to take some time and go and talk to that student and find out everything about them, anything that's going on with them, so that I have a really good background knowledge of where they are coming from. This is extremely important. For some of the children who would come and they might think, yay, you know, boarding school, it's going to be social and it's going to be fantastic fun, and this is their priority, to be the socialite. It's also getting them to understand, no, there are absolute expectations for education levels and what we will expect of you. Making sure, really, working with the teachers very closely and making sure that they do what they're supposed to do, and always being fair. Any child whose parents decide to send their child here, it's a fantastic decision to make with the small class numbers, the intimacy, the family feeling. I mean, where do you get this? You don't get this. No? We're very few and far between at this type of school. And on a personal level, and for the amount of time that I've worked with children, I've never seen this before. But it's fantastic and I love it.
They always think at the beginning that they do have problems together, and by the end of the year or a few months in, they realize, oh, they're actually the same. We can be friends.
For any of us, we would have done the same thing. We would automatically go to the people we know who speak our language. I mean, it's only as we get to know other students, particularly for young children coming in, like when they realise, oh, they're the same as me. They like the same things, they dress the same way, they like the same sports, they like the same music, and maybe I'll give them a chance, and it goes from there. And by the end of the year, you can see that it is a bigger community, that they have expanded their knowledge of other countries so much. And sometimes you can go like visit friends. They've made friends here, and in the summertime they'll visit each other in different countries. This is wonderful too. When a child is in need, they will offer to help. They will bend over backwards to do whatever it takes to help that other student, and it is not class related. They could be 14 or they could be 18. It doesn't matter. In a large school, which I have worked in, mostly, I'm very sad to say, that the children are just numbers. That is the situation. The younger kids would not dream of interacting with the older children. I love the fact that in this school, particularly on the dormitories, that you have a lot of examples of, say, the young girls who are coming in, who really develop strong relationships with the seniors. And we've seen this, I've seen this over the last 2 years so many times, and they've kept up. Even the seniors who left last year, for the younger students, they've kept up those relationships. So it's like another big sister, and this is wonderful.